Hi, today I'm going to talk about the bank statement program. The bank statement program has been on the market with us for about 3 years now, and we've got some new and improved products with the bank statement program. So I'm just going to go over them real briefly with you. The bank statement program is for self-employed borrowers that have been self-employed for 2 years. You can use business bank statements, which is the most common use, or you can use personal bank statements. Business bank statements, the income is derived off the deposits after 24 months. So you take the average deposits for 24 months, add them all up, cut it in half by 50 as long as they are the sole owner of the business, and 50% of the income is what's used to calculate the debt to income on the 1003 application for the consumer. The DTI, the debt to income ratio for these loans are 43% with exceptions up to 50%. The minimum loan amount is $100,000, and there are pricing adjustments for loans that are below $150,000. The average loan that we're seeing right now are anywhere from $400,000 to $700,000 to $800,000. The compensation on these loans, they are 100% borrower paid. There is no yield spread, SRP, anything of that nature. The underwriting fee for the file is $1,295 per file. Everything A through Z is included in that price. You can charge anywhere on your broker compensation from 1 to 3%. It can vary for each and every file. So if you do one self-employed bank statement program, you can charge 1 point. The next one you can charge 2 points. The third one you can go back to 1.5, 1 point, whatever the case may be. It does vary. What I see on average is a charge of 1 to 2% to the consumer on these loans by the brokers. It's an extremely popular product on the West Coast and is moving over to the Midwest, as well as a little bit on the East Coast, up in New Jersey, down in Florida, that type of deal. Again, the self-employed borrower needs to be self-employed for 2 years. The ideal pricing is a 680 credit or higher, although we do go down to a 600 credit score. The LTV is a minimum of 85%, and the more money they put down, obviously the better pricing there is. The down payment can be derived from the business account, but it will need to be transferred over to the personal account for closing. A trace of those funds will need to be shown that it came from the business account. If it does come from the business account, a letter will need to be provided that it will not affect the income of the business in any shape or form. Personal bank statements can be used. It's not as popular. It's kind of a double work thing where you only have to provide 12 bank statements, although they do have to show 3 business bank statements showing that the money is transferred over to the personal account on a regular basis. Now, with that, you can use 100% of the income. I personally feel that it's just easier to provide the business bank statements showing the deposits of in the business account, taking 50%. Not sufficient funds. If you have more than 6 non-sufficient funds in any 12-month period, the file will get declined. Non-sufficient funds are a big no-no. We do work with short sales, bankruptcies, deed in lieu, and so those are options, but LTVs will be restricted based on how long it's been since those situations occurred. A couple of the non-QM product changes that are good. We've added 90% LTV to our non-QM. That's for the full doc, but now borrowers only have to come up with 10% down for a full doc, 90% LTV. So if you're getting a Fannie, Freddie, DU approval, refer, ineligible, whatever the case may be, you need to go non-QM. 10% will get your purchase or refi done up to a 90% LTV. We added 80% LTV for no-doc loans with 6 months reserves. So 6 months reserves can take the LTV up to an 80%. The standard right now, prior to this, was 75, and for nationals is 70. So it can get an increased LTV showing more reserves. Okay, and the last one is we have reduced our base rate for the no-doc loan. So if you look at page 10, 9, 10, and 11, those are the non-QM products. You're going to see the pricing based off credit score on the left and LTV across the top. And then you'll go down and you'll see 80 LTV with a 700 credit score gives you a base rate of 5.5. Then if you look on the left-hand side of the column of the rate sheet, you'll see pricing adjustments. You could have adjustments for the bank statement program, loan amounts under 150,000, lower credit scores, foreclosures, whatever the case may be. You could have your adjustments, higher DTI, between 43 and 50%. So just make sure you get your add-ons. The easiest, quickest way to get your deal priced is to complete the pre-qualification form, the credit report, take a 1003 on the consumer, and if it has income docs, send that over to me. I'll get it priced out for you. You'll get a hard approval for your client, and you can go to work with your client. Your client will know moving forward right away. The base program for these loans are a 7-1 ARM. Okay, you can get a 15, 30-year fix or an interest-only product. There is a pricing adjustment depending on which way you want to go. I think it's 0.10 for the fixed rates and 0.15 for the interest-only. Some people really like them. I personally say go with the 7-year ARM. There's no prepayment, there's no early payoff, there's no repercussions. Should the borrower want to refinance, and the average consumer stays in their mortgage for 7 years. So that's just my personal input. Do what best and what the consumer wants, but if you got any influence, you're going to get the best rate with the 7-year ARM. So with that, send your pre-quals, the 1003, the credit, as well as the income docs for the bank statements, 24 bank statements. For a full doc non-QM loan, send your pay stubs. For a no-doc loan, you don't send any income documentation, and remember that you don't have any employment, any income, or any assets on the 1003. So this is Mike Fehrenbacher. Call or text 714-912-8050 for any questions, concerns. I'll get you the quickest answer via text, and you can also email me at mikefer47@gmail.com. Thanks and have a good day.